got it set now.
Oh, I unmuted it.
Go get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on tuning, hear what I say. Watch it real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hey guys, we are live and it is Shoshie with Shoshie's Minis and lovely husband Mike is with us. And I'm gonna cue the Discord. We have our friend Toad Painting with us, also known as Todd. Can you say hi, Todd?
Hello.
Yes.
Hey
All right.
guys. How's it
Yay. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear him okay. And I'm going to put up a link because we're going to multi-stream painting the Kingdom Death Easter Bunny pinup tonight. So I'm excited about that. Hello, You'll Never Know. And Artie Wolf. It's Wednesday. Yes. All right. So hold on one second. I'm going to give you guys the link for the multi-stream. Did it work? Nope. There we go. Now you guys can check out toad painting. All right. So there we go. I think, Mike, we might want to, like, I don't know, lower the music or maybe turn it off for me. Okay, good. That sounds fine. All right. So you're a little bit blurry on your screen. I don't know if you're working on that, but.
Is it?
So I have the Easter Bunny pinup from Kingdom Death, and I'm going to let Mike focus us in so we can get a nice close-up. I'm going to be holding it right about here.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jimmy. How's everybody doing? Give us bear with us, guys. This is the first time. This is actually Todd's very new to streaming, so this is his first multi-stream.
Yes. Okay, let's see.
All right, so obviously this is not your first Kingdom Death model. Do you want to tell my chat a little bit about yourself?
I'm a professional painter. I've been doing it for quite a few years, like 6+ years. And I've been painting, oh my god, since I've been 14, so it's been a long time.
Oh, a very long time.
Like
did you ever
16, 17 years? Yeah.
Did you ever do like Golden Demon or anything like that?
No, I too young for that. I don't know, I'm from a small town in Vancouver Island, so it's not really
Ah, okay. All right, hold on. I'm going to mute myself while I say hello to some more people. Mini Painter Inc. Hello, and Laminus. How is everybody? We're gonna start painting this Easter Bunny pinup, and you can, if you just joined us, we're gonna periodically
I guess I'll start
do
painting a
exclamation
little
point and multi, so you'll be able to see the both streams at the same time.
I guess I'll be doing her flesh now.
All right. So I'm going to start out with the skin tones because that's my jam. My stream knows me for my skin tones. And I'm doing my Verdaccio realistic skin tones. And I hope you don't mind me kind of doing my verbal monologue with you.
No worries. We can chat with each other, or we can just
yeah,
do normal thing. It's fine.
So
I'm gonna just be lazy. Sorry.
I have some of the brand new Scale 75 Artist acrylics, and they're supposed to be non-toxic, but I wouldn't brush lick them. I just gave up brush licking altogether. But I'm gonna get out some of these. I've got Burnt Skin, which is sort of like a sienna color, and then I have a couple different flesh tones that I'm going to use. One is real similar to Midland Flesh and Cardic Flesh. Toad painting is using P3s, so you guys will be able to do some.
Flesh is the brightest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the brush licking, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I did throw this at Proto Maker last minute. He's a planner and I'm not, and so I neglected to give him all the info right away. All right, I've got my 3 colors right now on my palette, and I've got my skin tone already. Thank you for the subscription, Mr. Proto Maker. My husband just subscribed to me. 18 months.
Oops, it's a little too bright. I changed my. Oh, congratulations.
Right. Sorry, Mike. We were focused right here.
Yeah, you can move back and forth. So
I'm sorry.
It's a little too.
My one of my chat people, Black Skull 1965, painted the Easter Bunny pinup, and he said it was one of his favorites. And Paint Splattered Orc says, ooh, is this the Everlasting Wet palette from Redgrass Games? And it is, and I love it. And we're sponsored by Redgrass Games. In fact, I'm going to be bringing some palettes with me to Adepticon. Thank you for the follow, Paint Splattered Orc.
How was it?
I love it. I mean, I use it a lot because I'm a very lazy painter, and having the ability to, you know, leave my paint and not have to, you know, pull out paint. I'm lazy and impatient, and I paint to my strengths, which is that. I'm lazy and impatient. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm basically going and pulling all the shadows out with the dark brown. I've already got the green on here, but I want sort of a dark brown so I have strong contrast.
Paint Splatter Works that they've been following on Instagram for a while.
Oh.
Not sure why they weren't following you on Twitch. Actually ordered himself the same wet palette earlier today, so excited.
Awesome. You're going to love it. You do want to make sure you don't ever leave it closed with wet sponge for a long time without checking it, because I just left one in my studio and I opened it and it was really rank. I know. It was like, oh, okay, I don't think I'm going to use that sponge ever again. Yeah, guys, my glasses are off, so if you want to get my attention, you have to do @Shoshie's Minis.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk to Todd, he's over at Toad Painting on his stream. Which my mods can use the command !multi if you want to bring up that link.
Was there any mold in that palette?
I didn't leave it open long enough to look because it was really bad. But it smelled rotten.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to take a shortcut right now. I'm going to just go straight to some Agrax Earthshade and do this super fast because I'm impatient. Rather than brown line every single like shadow.
Whoa, Lamuna's reached the highest rank you can
I
reach.
know. We had a couple people. So in my chat, Todd, we have a thing where my viewers can earn chat points for the amount of time they sit and watch my stream. And I have different ranks for the length of time. So the highest rank we've made has finally been reached by a couple of my viewers, and that's Master Painter. I'm pretty impressed with them because that means they've been watching for a very long time.
Master Painter.
Yeah.
Katie Lynch says hello.
Hello, Katie Lynn.
Lynch.
Sorry. So I was wondering, I kind of was thinking about doing like a little freehand fishnet on her, but then I'm like, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm just gonna do the. Let's go again. It's like stocking on one leg because this is left leg or right leg. So I'm gonna do that. I'm trying to keep it, but change up the colors. Like keep the same kind of.
I gotcha.
So it's most. Yeah. I'm actually gonna start with a base though. I like to do that first. I always forget to do it, but it's best to do it. I don't know. Do you like doing the base first, or you just leave that to last? Actually, you don't even have yours based yet. So mine's already fully built. I don't like painting it.
I have her base. It's here. Hold on a second.
Black Skull said, kudos to Kingdom Death for sponsoring your Adepticon classes. He'll be a benefactor of their graciousness. Big waka waka to KD.
I know. I was so excited. So Kingdom Death is actually sponsoring my one of my Adepticon classes. They're sponsoring my skin tones class.
Oh, very nice.
Which is awesome. So for these eggs, I don't know if you know this, but these little bunnies that are coming out of these eggs, they're actually some kind of Japanese thing. They're like a Japanese demon.
Leave it to the Japanese.
I know. But I mean, like, let me see if I can find it.
Panzerschütze just
Doesn't
subscribed.
sound good.
Ah, danke,
Sounds like-
Panzerschütze.
They kind of like rabbit, like the when they're the Nintendo characters, like the Rabbit Rabbits, whatever they're called again. The one, the white bunnies that are enemies. Remind me of
Yeah.
rabbiting rabbits. They're called or something. Remind me of that. Because they're kind of cutesy. They have those big floppy ears and like light. And
So a lot of stuff from Kingdom Death is inspired off of anime and stuff, and I know that these, if there's, so one of the things,
Well,
if there's somebody in my chat who knows about these egg demons, please feel free to tell me what they come from, because I've seen pictures of
the
them.
egg demons or bunny demons?
Egg bunny demon, yeah. And they have blue
Oh,
shells.
so it's actually just one thing.
Yeah.
Is this predate like Easter from like Christian thing, or is this like just kinda like a something they kind of melded together with their culture?
All right, I'm gonna go Ultra Easter Pastel for mine. So my bunnies, I'm gonna go with like probably, I don't know. I want to kind of make them scary looking though.
I'm gonna go high contrast because the OSL, right?
Yeah.
And kind of flamboyant. So I'm gonna make the eggs gonna be pink with maybe polka dots. I don't know. But
Okay.
I'm just doing the ground first, basically, right now.
It's gonna be interesting because I gotta make a whole Easter color scheme for you. By the way, guys, for those of you who don't know,
I'm gonna be lazy.
Toad and I are painting these for each other. So he's painting
Yes.
mine and I'm painting his, and then we're gonna swap. And it's a way for me to get like
Yeah.
a really cheap commission out of him.
Yeah.
Waka waka, you know.
It's a drop.
I'm a big fangirl of his work. You need to check his stuff out. And he's on
Everybody
Instagram,
knows
and you're on Instagram too, right?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Okay, so you can find him at Toad Painting on those
Yeah, I'm on
social
those.
media. All right, Easter color scheme. And for those of you guys who missed Monday, I'm going to show you. I was painting my Bring the Noise figure, and we're basing it off of the Steel Panther album, Feel the Steel. I just wanted to point that out. We're going to be painting that
That was awesome.
again on Friday. So, but on Wednesdays, Toad and I are going to multi-stream some more until we get these pinups done. These bunny pinups. All right, I think I found creative Easter palettes for graphic designers.
I'm just gonna use
All right, I
classic
found
pink
some.
Estelle paint.
I found one with like a deep burgundy, like almost like a magenta, and an orange, and a lime green, and a teal. I like that color scheme a lot.
That sounds like a lot of work. You can do that.
Yeah. Somebody goes, maybe they're Tamagotchi. They're not. No, they're not. I don't think they're Tamagotchi. They're some kind of demon, I think. All right, so let's
I think
see.
most of the time it got you dead. It was slowly starved to death.
Why does
Yeah,
Todd sound
sometimes not too
familiar?
dark,
You
but-
may have seen him stream before because he has his own stream.
I just started in a couple weeks, yes.
Yeah. In fact, here's the multi again. Artie Wolf, if you want to type this command anytime anybody asks about the multi-stream, they can go and watch us both at the same time. All right, I'm going to paint my earth this lovely. Can you zoom in just a smidge, Mike? There we go. That's much better. Now you can see what I'm doing. I'm really hoping this is going to turn out okay. The first time I painted this model, this is the second time I painted this model, I really just kind of winged the colors, and I made it a very dark color scheme. But it worked.
Well, I'm gonna add a lot of blues to it, so hopefully I don't mess up too much, but it's very blue, because like, I'm gonna do the lantern will be like the orange, white, or sorry, let's say yellow, I guess? Yeah, yellow kind of colors, and I think the shadows will be blue, so I'm gonna try and make it work, but it may just be terrible. I might spend like 20 hours on this lady. Okay.
Blacksoul says he added a little paw egg dye to his washes for the eggs. Wow, that's dedication. That's an Easter thing, definitely.
I just add my own saliva.
All right, there's my burgundy. And then I think I'm gonna go with that turquoise for my eggs. Let's see.
I'm doing my eggs pink.
I'm gonna use.
Maybe some polka dots.
Thank you so much, Mikolas the Seventh, for that subscription. I really, really, really appreciate that. I'm gonna write your name down.
Add the blue into the shadows here, mixed with my flesh colors. This kind of turns into purple. Oh, thanks.
Woo! All right, subscribers.
Thanks for following. Sorry, I missed that. Name. Trying to read Smell's text.
Did you get some follows? Hello, Orcus Gaming.
Yeah, I got. You got a follow. I missed the guy's name. I just saw the zombie walk across.
Oh, that's right. You may have seen Todd in a Privateer Press Iron Painter stream.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Did you win Iron Painter?
I've won it a few times, yes.
I won it once too.
Yeah, but... Oh, nice.
We should iron paint one day.
Oh. I did the Gen Con Iron Painter 2 years ago, and that was really fun.
Oh,
I did,
wow.
like everything I could, like Dark Sword, Privateer Press, Impact, and a couple other ones. It was a little weird, like, cause like the first day of Gen Con, I did three speed paints, and I got second in every single one of them. And I'm like, it's like, oh, well, what am I going to do to make it better? And I figured out what I'm going to do in speed painting is freehand, so do like little like deckles and whatever, and also OSL.
Yeah.
So I had this one like lich guy. I turned him into like a White Walker, so he had this like frost sword, and like OSL was coming off of it. I posted it on my thing. This is a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So on the third day, because when you get into second, you get second, you get into the final day, which is on the third day. So I actually got first place in all three of my speed paintings on the third day. It was nice.
It's awesome. You're
Yeah,
going to be in the same
hopefully that was
class
not
with
too long, really.
Black Skull, Orcus Gaming.
Okay.
By the way,
Just waiting for my ground.
New season of Game of Thrones starts like the week before we go to Australia.
Oh no.
But we can probably use the VPN for my work to be able to watch it on Hulu while we're there, so the Australians might get to see it early, maybe?
They always get to see it early. They're
That's right, they're a day ahead, so yeah. Oh well. Womp womp.
You're what, 12 hours? You're 12 hours ahead?
They're 16 hours,
Yeah,
I think.
and a day.
Yeah. So
Wow.
right now it's today is Wednesday, so it's Thursday morning for most Australians right now.
No, it's much more than that.
Oh,
Or it's late
no.
Thursday morning.
Yeah. I know what I mean. Alright, I'm making Robin's egg blue eggs. They're all the same.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Because I'm doing OSL, so it's like, I don't want to make it a little, it looks way too busy and muddy if you add too many complex things on that OSL, I find. Keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have to do.
Oh my goodness, I got a little bitty raid from Socrates. Thank you so much. I love.
Very nice.
What did you do here?
I'm gonna put your name over here, Socrates, as a thank you.
Oh, eggs are very nice. I'm still stuck on the skin here.
Hello, Rob Jedi.
That's mixing me into my...
Oh yeah, and Leminus is gonna be there too in my class. Rob Jedi is Australian, and he said it is 12:20 in Sydney. So let's if you guys haven't gotten the link yet, if you're just now joining, you can watch both Toad Painting and I on this multi-stream. And he is a really excellent painter.
Thank you. And so are you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
All right, I'm enjoying these eggs, and the contrast between the turquoise and the maroon so far is nice. All right. So, do you mind if I just ask you some questions about yourself so we can kind of entertain the chat while we paint? Are you one of those people that can talk and paint?
Yeah, kind of. It's hard to do while I'm trying to make the model still in focus on the camera, because like I always like have a model wander off, and so yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead, ask me. You can distract me as much as you want.
Rob Jedi wants to know what Iron Painter is.
Ah, do you want to tell him, or do you want me to?
I could probably explain it very poorly if you want, but you could probably.
I'll fill
do a better
in.
job.
You explain it, and I'll fill in.
So, at Lock and Load every year, there's a speed painting competition, and anybody can enter it, and people just enter. They give you like a test model. You have about 20 minutes to paint it, and then they pick the best 3, and then those 3 people go on stage at the end of the first night, and they basically give you like challenges while you're painting.
Kind of like
They give you about
Iron,
40 minutes.
kind of like the chef show. What is it called?
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. Yeah. Brr.
Yeah, maybe. And so one year I had to use a pancake as a brush for like 30 seconds. And that was last year actually. They gave us a nice fresh pancake on top of our palette, and it was great because we were doing a robot. And so I took the pancake, ripped it up, and made little like stipples and just like little like scratches. It's kind of like foam. It's kind of interesting. Had some silver and just went to town. Battle damage everywhere.
For those of you guys who don't know what Lock and Load is, it's a privateer press convention for War Machine Hordes, and they have it's basically the company sponsored convention.
It's very fun.
It is very fun,
all
and it's in
staff.
Seattle, and Seattle's an amazing town.
Yeah, and it's so close to me. That's why it's so
Yeah.
convenient. Like a 2-hour drive.
So I was
Very
there in 2016 or 17, 2016, I think, and I actually went up against Eric Swinson, I think.
Yep, I went against him the last few times actually.
Yeah, and I beat him, and that was like amazing because he's a really amazing painter.
Nice. Yeah, he's good. He beats me all the time in the with the painting competition. With the normal like the Grandmaster, I think it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now I'm putting some Drakenhof Nightshade in between the eggs so that there's some separation.
Yeah, I haven't got the eggs yet. I'm still trying to do the ground, but the ground's just a little wet still.
You wish you could go to the big cons. What about CanCon? That's in Canberra. It's like near Australia Day, I think. Like CanCon and then Australia. You missed the golden camels.
Some golden camel.
He's talking about I don't know what the golden camels is, but I'm assuming it's some kind of Australian painting convention or gaming convention. Or maybe it's an award. Maybe it's an award.
I don't even associate like camels with Australia. More of like a.
They have lots of camels.
Right?
Lots of camels. Basically, they brought camels to Australia. Now they have herds of
yeah,
wild
they're not
camels.
native. Yeah, it's just not an entirely wholesome or an entirely Australian thing. It's like a. It's like a invasive species, you might say. Like.
Right. Well, yes.
Like the cane toad, for example. Cane toad's a terrible thing over there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any natural predators for the camel either.
Well, they're probably just using them for like whatever, like fur or something.
He said that they have more camels than any other country, and the Golden Camels was a painter competition they had during Golden Demons dinner at a Thai restaurant in Newtown. Is it Newton or is it Newtown? I don't want to mispronounce.
Yeah. They had it in a restaurant, like as like a mock kind of thing.
I guess I don't know. Sounds like it.
Just to shun the GW.
I don't know. Sounds like a little side competition maybe they had.
Like a fun one, maybe like like the Iron Painter, where it's just like not a serious one. It's more like a let's get drunk and do stuff. Okay, this is I'm not liking how the skin's turning out. I'm sorry. I'm making it too splotty.
So let's have a
I don't
rule
know why I'm rushing it.
that whatever we paint on stream, we can go ahead and touch up and fix up off stream.
Well,
I always paint a little better off stream.
I can hold it properly and stuff like that. Right.
I don't
Can't
have the
fix
best
the camera.
eyesight.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just I'm lighting right now.
Oh, okay. Rob Jedi says, so they try and convert and paint minis while drinking and eating dinner, usually minis based on bottle caps. And then we put down paper over the table. That sounds so fun.
It does sound a little ridiculous.
Okay. I'm not sure what color to make these bunnies. I think I'm gonna make them this like this pink flesh tone, just to be weird. Kind of like a Cardic flesh color.
Is that a Pioneer press paint, or is that just your?
It's my scale 75, but it's I'm giving you. I'm helping you be able to imagine it by equating it.
I can see you on. Got both mine and yours open right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just muted the.
Oh good.
The tab, so I was having a little bit of feedback. So I wanted not to have that. Okay.
All right, yeah, it's. I think giving these bunnies a flesh color has brought a new kind of weird to them. They're already weird, but having them be that color is interesting.
Maybe some of the sanguine base. It's nice. I don't want to say burgundy color, but make this shadows more purpley.
Remember, guys, if you want to get my attention, put @Shoshie's Minis in my chat so I can make sure to catch your, especially when my glasses are off. Lamina says these would look good as alien tree hugger eggs. Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know if you want them black though.
Yeah, you would have to. You'd have to
brown?
paint black, I think.
Yeah.
Solon 888 just subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscription. Woohoo! Here we go. So Rob Jedi says so it was it was the best painters from Australia and New Zealand with their other halves, and the occasional GW guy we would drag along doing their worst work. That's awesome. I love that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I have to say that I do think that this particular model would be easier to do with privateer press paints because of the little bit longer drying time.
I just use the mixing medium to like extend the life on some things and change up the. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do the pink eggs now, I guess. Merge magenta is a good color.
Oh wow!
What?
I just had a
nice name?
a follower who just subscribed, and his name is I don't know if I'm saying this right. Is it Solun from Hong Kong, and that's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Welcome to the chat. We are painting Kingdom Death. We're painting the Easter Bunny pinup, and you're able to, Lamunis, could you put exclamation point multi so he can see? I'm painting with Toad Painting right now. And he's also painting the same model, so you can get to see two artists for the price of one.
Which is, for me, free.
Yes, exactly. Make sure I'm on
I didn't realize some of
cam.
these eggs are actually like open. You have the same problem, like kind of painting off screen sometimes?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah,
like I
well,
said,
just kind of wanders.
I wear glasses, and so sometimes in order to be able to see the mini, I have to bring it close to my face. And that
So it's cool
doesn't always keep it on cam. I have a little spiral so that I can, always keep up. I put it on my desk, and so that way I'm able to keep it in the same place
There it
roughly.
is. Okay. I need to change something. Here we go.
All right, I'm almost done basing this ear, and I'm going to check chat, and I'm also going to look at Toad's chat also. I hope you don't mind if I call you that on stream. Is that all right? I can call you
Toad or
Todd,
Todd.
Toad. I'll be interchangeable with it.
I'm just trying to fix my exposure because I had it a little
Brand awareness.
That's really out of focus for some reason.
All right, give me a second. Let me look at chat. Oh wow, it's 9:30 a.m. in Hong Kong. That is so cool. I'm so glad that you can make it. Eggs do lend themselves to a lot of freehand fun. You're just afraid at this point to paint any of your KDM minis. So you should try to paint some of the bigger ones. I'm gonna show everybody on stream. I just did a stream where we painted the dung beetle knight and his dung ball in 2 hours. And we mostly used dry brush, and it came out really fun. And really, I like it. It came out good. So, paint some of the bigger models, and maybe, get out some of my videos that I've got on demand, which are on YouTube, and see if you can, watch those and maybe follow along, because I tried to make this really simple. And the more confidence you have as you get to, painting Kingdom Death, the more you'll be brave and be able to paint the smaller stuff. I'm getting decay black for my base. I like to paint the entire base black, or the little rim around the edge.
Oh, that was very nice. Your dung ball guy.
Panther Schutz says
flattering
he's
name,
in
but-
Singapore watching on Twitch. Wow, that's impressive. Wednesday is a good day for the that side of the world. The Oceanic, is it Oceanic or is it Asian times to watch me?
For where?
For Twitch for Wednesdays,
Oh,
because it's in the morning for them.
probably.
Ah. I'm just happy to get whatever I can. Being a newbie.
Hey, Guilo, how are you? Guilo X is a streamer. He does Gundams, and that's how I met him, because I Did a Gundam stream not too long ago.
Yes. How'd that turn out? What kind of model did you do?
What did we do? The first one I did on stream was, I don't even remember the name of it because it was like, you know, a bunch of numbers and letters. It didn't have like a,
okay.
you know?
Yeah. No.
So, Gwyla, we're doing a multi-stream right now. So Todd from Toad Painting is in a multi-stream with me. And so if you hear him, he's the other painter in the other stream. I'm going to do exclamation point multi so you guys can watch.
Let's see.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, I see
These
what
eggs
you're
are
doing. You've
coming
got
along.
pink eggs. I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep it simple because I'm doing more cell, right? So I'm doing all
You're
that
getting
stuff.
some
And it kind of,
ambiance and shadow in there already. I might have to copy a little bit of your stuff.
no worries. I'm trying not to make this look terrible, but I don't know.
I know, me too. Mine is trying not to look terrible also.
Okay.
I had a coaching.
Blend.
It was yesterday. If you subscribe to me at the tier 3 level, you get a free half hour of video coaching. And so, I had one of my students, and he's brand new, and you know, I told him, I was like, you know, you don't have to be. You can be a beginner for a while. Like, enjoy it, and you know, taught him how to dry brush and to sketch on a mini, so that he could just get confident at, you know, painting basic stuff. And I think sometimes as long-term painters who've been painting a long time, we forget to just relax and have fun and sketch, and then you can always kind of pull it in and be bold later with like details and things like that.
I don't know if that works for my style. At least for some things. It kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of frazzled right now because this stupid thing's not turning out the way I wanted to.
Oh, it's all right.
Which is unfortunate because you're watching me.
I'm only peeking. I'm not
model.
directly watching you, so don't get self-conscious. I'm only peeking
That's
every
fine.
now and then. That's only so I can copy off you.
Alright. I like your eggs. My eggs are terrible right now.
I
There.
did too. I was kind of surprised how nice those came out.
Oh, is
'Cause
that a wash?
it's not a wash. It's
Is it like a
art. It's called Adriatic glue, and I just kind of glazed it over the already white egg.
Oh, okay.
It came out pretty good.
Oh, very nice. And yeah, that has a nice pop to it, I gotta say.
Yeah, it does.
Mine are definitely lacking that pop. But hopefully it
I'm
will
gonna
work
make a
okay
glaze
when I
over
do
one
some
of
more
these eggs.
highlighting.
So it's more purple looking. Right, that did not work how I wanted it to, but I'm gonna. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's better. Now some white over this top here. Ooh.
Nope, I'm slowly off camera now.
I want to cheat, and I want to use some. I like using washes when I'm not feeling confident with shading. I'm gonna use some
I love using washes.
Carroburg Crimson. I think that's what it is. On the bunnies.
I would love using washes. It's good just to be a quick little like cheat sheet kind of thing. And it shows you where
Oh,
it's
that-
light should
That
hit
looks
it.
really good on that pink. It kind of hides all my brush strokes too. Look at that.
Very nice.
I'm gonna put some in the teeth so that got shading in there already. Paint Splattered Orc says, I'm not really a fan of washes, but I feel like it's something worth experimenting and learning with. Yeah, definitely. You should experiment with it because sometimes a wash will do something that a paint won't. And it takes so much less time. So much less time.
Well, it's just a good tool to use.
Yeah,
like,
and don't rule out any possibilities. Like, I'm not a fan of
like dry brushing, and dry brushing is a great tool for certain
exactly.
instances. It's not great for everything.
It is a tool.
It's good.
Lamina says, I think having more fun imagining what Toad is painting by the interaction between you. My eggs look terrible. I pictured them on fire. And then he's got my little troll face emote. I'm dubious when Todd says they look terrible because I know what a good painter he is, and I know that we're all our own worst critic.
It's just gonna be a lot of fixing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
A lot of fixing.
I always say finished, not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes you say it's done, throw it away.
Yeah. That's the other thing I told my coaching student is I said, don't focus on trying to have perfect models right now. Focus on doing many models. Many models.
Yeah. Just say this is done and then
quantity versus quality right now because I gotta thank someone, hold on. Greaser TV, thank you for following. Welcome to the class. We're painting the bunnies from Kingdom Death, the Easter Bunny Pinup. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna put a wash in between here. Oop, there we go. The only reason why I'm not a fan of the washes is because if you leave them in those bottles that they sell them in, you will tip them over and it's a waste of money. So I do rebottle my washes into dropper bottles.
I just use the Gravity Press. They just come in
dropper
bottles.
Those are nice too. My eggs are looking poopy. Rob said my eggs are looking poopy. I think they look good.
They're not brown eggs.
No, they're not brown. They're Robin's egg blue.
No, I know. Yeah. It'd be poopy if they're brown.
All right, I feel like I want to lighten these up just a smidge, so I'm going to get out some, probably, maybe an off-white color like this pale skin and glaze it. Poppy. They're looking poppy, not poopy. Okay, that's better. I know that autocorrect.
Yeah.
Oh, pop as in they pop. Oh, yes. Awesome. That is much...
much more of a compliment.
I mean, they could have been looking poopy. I mean, that's a valid critique. I'm going to make them look poppy even more by adding a little highlight on the top. I'm trying to keep it from getting streaky on me. So is there anything that you use to help keep your lighter colors from getting chalky on you? Like a drying retarder or anything?
Back with... For what?
Like
you got a little,
so,
it's cutting out every time you say that one word.
Oh, drying retarder, do you use that?
The mixing medium kind of helps, but I use my saliva, which kind of retards it.
That's right.
My saliva is a great mixing medium, so hence all the licking.
So I'm showing this on camera. I've got my Pentel watercolor brush pen, And inside it, I've got 50% water, 50% drying, is it drying retarder? Yeah. And I'm just gonna put that on the top of my eggs so that way when I put the highlight color on here, it will not streak up on me and also not dry so quickly, so it won't get chalky. And if you have any questions about
Chunky
that,
or chalky?
Chalky, because I'm using flat colors,
Oh, okay.
so they tend to chalk up much quicker because they don't dry the same times.
Okay.
There's always those colors that take a little longer. Okay, I got my glasses off, guys, so if you need to get my attention, say at Shoshie's Minis. It's not opaque enough, and I don't know what's going on. Let me try shaking it some more.
When in doubt, shake.
Scale 75's paints are extra super heavy pigmented, and so they always, you have to usually put something in them to you know, like a rattle or a kind of bead.
I can't tell if this is in focus or not. It's just weird.
It's not working at all. What's going on? Try this one.
Fix my eggs. My
That's
eggs
better.
are a little scrambled.
Scrambled eggs?
Yeah, I'm running out of space on my palette. I always have this problem.
Now, do you use a wet or a dry palette?
Wet. I've just got a little parchment paper towel.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna check chat in a minute. Trying to quickly get these highlighted so that they pop a little bit
maybe
more.
some bacon. King Death miniatures always have a side of thickness, you might say. Oh, sorry, I was talking to one of my my people, my peeps. I don't know, chatters.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna set that down, let that dry. Check chat. Hey Greaser, you found me on YouTube of you painting Dust Tactics. Oh, that was an old video. Holy cow. Dust Tactics Minis 1947. That's awesome. I'm so glad you found me. And now you've also found Toad Painting, who I'm streaming with. And the bot just did the multi-stream link so you can watch us both. So Soul888 says, or Solon says, can you talk a bit about how to get the right consistency? I'm a newbie painting miniatures. I can, and I'm gonna, let's see, I have a visual aid. I got these are called paint dilution strips, and I got them from Ben Kometz. You can get them at benkometz.com. Oh, and I got this on this magnet. Full exactly. Hold on, I'm gonna take one of these out and show you guys. When I water down my paints, actually, let me get the black one because that one's going to be easier to see. You guys see that? That's better. Thank you for posting that link, Atlantis. Okay, so here we have the heaviest, and that's straight paint. And at the far end, we have light, which you can see is barely even visible. You can almost not see the paint at all. It's like almost mostly water. And in between we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, 9. So total of 9. So like this would be 0 over here. So 0 to 10. And these are your different levels of thickness. And you can kind of see the more I add water, I think this is going to be a light one. No, it's going to be over here. So see how when I paint on that strip. Sorry if I sometimes stop in the middle of what I'm doing to teach something, because this is my stream is a teaching stream.
No worries. All right.
So you can see
Some guys talking about.
Let's use straight paint. We can do straight paint over here. See, that's heavy. So I'm just adding a little, and what I do is I load my brush with water first. So let me put my water cup here.
Yes, that's.
I'll load my brush with water, and then see how full of water it is, and then I'll pat it on a paper towel to control how much water's in it. Then I'll dip it in the paint so I can kind of see the consistency, and then what I'll do is I'll thin it out onto my palette so I can kind of see how much water is in the paint, right? And I can see if it's too thick or too thin, and then when I go to put it on my model, it's already the right consistency that I want. And if it's splitting or if it's kind of too watery, then I'll dab my brush on the paper towel to kind of wick up some of that water so I can control that just a little bit better. There's a cat hair on the model. There we go. By the way, Toad, you're guaranteed at least one cat hair in the package, if not on the model. Like one of my things.
Okay, that's fine. My girlfriend's name is Cat, so I got cat hair everywhere too.
Yeah.
She got long curly hair, so I'm used to it. It's fine. Yours gonna be a little different though. What kind of cat do you have? Do you have like a ginger cat or a
We have
black
two.
cat?
They're basically what you would consider like a light ginger, so they're buff, and they're both the same color.
Okay.
One's long hair and one's short. So Greaser asked
Okay.
me, do I still paint my Dust-tastic miniatures? That was the only one I've ever painted, because that was a gift from Gregoire and Alicia, who are the owners of the company. They gave that to me at Adepticon, and I painted that up specifically for Alicia and gave that back to her, and she was very excited. I told Gregoire, hands off, this is mine. But I have not painted any Dust Texas. I don't generally paint a lot of war figures. Rob does the same thing, and it's so hard to explain. Also, sucking the brush. Yeah. So, Rob, not Rob. Toad is a brush licker, so he might, point the brush and then use his saliva to thin the paint out on the model. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically. Yeah, it's kind of thing that also gives it, kind of retards it too, and it helps like it's the pigment. It basically when like you put too much water in paint and it starts drying, the pigment goes to the edges and you get the bathtub effect, whatever. With saliva, it doesn't happen. So you get, basically the pigment dries evenly. Are you opening champagne or something? I hear a pop.
One of my followers just asked me, they usually have the problem of the brush growing dry after a few strokes, and you're not sure if that's normal or if you need more water. So one thing you have to factor in is your humidity in your room or in your state or where you are, because like I'm in Illinois, and it's very humid in Illinois for the most part. If you're in Australia, it's going to get really hot and dry, so you're going to want a wet palette, and you're going to want some drying retarder. This is going to help you really if you also maybe keep a humidifier in your room. Another thing that will help you is to use a brush that's bigger with more bristle in it. Like, just because you're painting a mini doesn't mean you can't paint with a big brush, because if the point is pointy, it doesn't matter if it's big or not, as long as, see, this one doesn't have a sharp point because I need to clean it.
Yeah, the smallest brush I use is a number 2. So.
Really? Okay.
And
I use some small brushes, but
brush you use?
This is a 2. This is the smallest brush he uses. So that's a 2.
Yeah, it's sorry.
Yeah, the smallest brush I use is a 00. This is a 00. And this is always going to have stuff dry on the brush quicker. So you're gonna want to have thinner, or a drying retarder. So I'll put a little drying retarder either in my palette here, or I'll put it on my it doesn't usually go on my wet palette, but I'll put it in my dry palette, and then I'll dip my brush in it, and then I'll dip my paint. So that's one way you can keep from having your brush dry out. The bigger the brush, the longer it will stay wet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Definitely good advice. I'm gonna give little polka dot speckles to the top of this egg. I'm using the little brush. Because I'm giving it polka dot speckles to hide all my brush marks. Whenever you want to hide brush strokes or like bad blending, cover it with texture.
Yes. Battle damage is my favorite way to hide things.
Yes.
Well, but you don't play war game, or you don't paint war game models, so you can't do that. At least harder to do it.
What happened, Mike? Ah. Oops, that's too much paint on my brush. There we go. Right, my glasses are off, so if you want to get my attention, do @Shoshie's Minis. That looks cute. I like that a lot. The speckles just added some flavor.
Very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. I got a lot. I'm not doing that just because of how my OSL is working out. I have to do too many layers. It's kind of hard to get into there because I'm painting my model on the base, which is not seeming great. Not a great idea currently. I'm out of space.
Oh yeah, I took her off because I painted this one before, and you can't get to the eggs real easily if you put her on too early.
Yeah, I made that mistake. I don't like painting it though separately. It's
I know.
so annoying.
Because it makes it harder to like
sometimes you have to
match everything.
Yeah.
Okay. After I finish this egg, I'm going to check chat.
Paint Splattered Orc wants to know if you have any tips for fixing a hooked brush tip. Apparently got some new brushes and the main brush started with
I mean, if it's a synthetic brush, they're just gonna do that, and there's not much you can do to fix it. I mean, sometimes a hooked brush can be used specifically to paint certain things, like, you know, because you can use the hook to your advantage. But you know, it's never gonna be your detail brush. You know.
Do you ever twist your brushes, like make the bristles like give it a slight twist so it retains the tip? So I'm using synthetic brushes, I think, and I always put my mouth and give it a little spin, and it helps retaining the tip for a long time.
So give it a spin.
Because my brushes, because my brushes are like $2-3 and they last quite a few months.
Oh, nice.
So, and they're synthetics. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
I'm painting little tiny bunny teeth now with a tiny brush, and it's and the eyeballs.
Eggs, but I got some flush done.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to start on next as soon as I get this done. Beep.
Fix all my hard edges.
If you ever hear me say that's good enough, that's usually me telling myself to stop before I screwed up. You know?
Yeah. You can always go back, I guess.
Right.
Well, the best thing is so you say, I'm gonna go back to this and fix it, but then you forget about it and you never notice it again.
Right,
So you
exactly.
You save so much time that way. That's what I do.
Yes.
Because if you can't see when this is finished, it's like, then there's no real point.
There wasn't wrong, nothing
wasting
wrong
the
with it in
time.
the first place. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that might be a terrible philosophy, but.
All right. I'm
what does
gonna
he have to do?
set that down because I think that's good enough. All right, got the girl. I need a different brush because this brush is not gonna be able to do skin tones. I think I might even need a bigger brush than that. Chat. Let's see. The camera is focused on the water cup. Is it? Nope, it's not anymore. Okay, good. Mike fixed it. Mike's my man. Let's see. Hello, Miss Half Damage. Hello.
Paint splatter. Are you like? Depends also how you're storing the brushes. If you don't obviously store the brushes point down, how are you cleaning it too? Because like,
right.
When I clean my brush like this. Like I put it against the side of the brush, and I just like twist it like this. I'm just rolling it, and so I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on it. But so it's basically going like this, and it's causing the bristles to like rub against each other.
I'm gonna use.
I clean my brush and my.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. I just made my chat.
Panzer Shoshie says I struggle to figure out the correct consistency of paint and how much to load the brush. Most of the time, either it's too much or flood the mini. Other times, it's a little too little, and the bristles kind of explodes like dry hair. Yeah, I mean it's kind of one of those things you just have to paint more and get a better feel. I mean it's kind of a practice thing. So if you're just painting, on the weekends and stuff, I suggest maybe trying to paint maybe 15 minutes a day instead and seeing if that improves things. So right now I'm just glazing the skin and I'm pulling the paint toward the kneecap, which is the highest point on her leg here.
I really gotta stop pinning these eggs.
Oops, I just found another cat here.
I'm gonna do white buns. Let's do cream buns.
See, you can sometimes look at the brush and see how loaded it is, and switch up, blot it on a paper towel.
I just ran out of space in my palette, so I'm gonna get some new paper going down. Okay, so I think I officially just gave up on my eggs. Now I'm gonna do these little bunnies. Should be cream crab.
I like the idea of painting the base first because it kind of warms up your hand, kind of like stretching before a race.
Well, another painter told me this. Another really good painter, Arthur Nicholson. He said he doesn't paint the base first because if you do the miniature first and then the base, you might accidentally overpaint and then get some paint onto your model. And it's much harder to fix that than say you do the base first and then paint the model and then overpaint onto the base. Because the base is much easier to fix or even hide it, right? You use like grass or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Thank
to
Rob.
Fix things, so that's what
Rob Jed needs you to explain why you base coat in green.
Oh yeah, the green. Okay, so Verdaccio. So this is based on an old Italian Renaissance portraiture technique. And the green, it's sort of like a color theory technique. So basically the warm skin tone color goes over the green, and I leave some green in the shadows, and warm colors come forward and cool colors recede. So then your eye, I don't know if you can see this, your eye starts to blend the colors together. It doesn't seem the green anymore, and it comes out looking more like gray. Thank you for that subscription, Cat Leanne. Really appreciate that. 14 months in a row. I just put my
It's an interesting idea.
holder in my water. Yeah, and so the other reason is because what's my other reason? It's been a while since I explained this, but it's good practice because I'm going to be teaching my skin tones class. Caucasian skin. If you look at our skin, we have undertones of blues and greens, and that's because our skin is not opaque. It's transparent, right? So we're trying to, that's why this is more of a realistic skin tone and not like a
cartoony thing like mine.
Yeah, it's not cartoony at all. It's gonna appear a little bit more realistic. So and I'm gonna show all kinds of different things because first I'll base it with this, and I'll leave the green in the shadows. I'm trying to glaze up to the highest point, almost like you're highlighting the green. If you want a really good video that explains this technique, go watch my YouTube video, Skin Tones with the Flower Witch from Kingdom Death. It's an excellent video and explains the entire thing really well. So.
I really want to paint that model. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
she seems really nice.
really
I got the
cool.
big one too, I think. What was it? I got all the disciples and I got the...
I painted her twice, I think.
Oh, very nice.
Once for commission and once for myself, because I have my own Kingdom Death game.
Nice.
This is the booty, by the way, guys, if you didn't know that.
Many of the guys know.
The booty, yep. Oh, yes. Rob Jolly says he's seen it used a lot in older fantasy illustrators like Frazetta. Yeah, exactly. It's a 2D painting technique. And I did not invent it. And I did not, I teach it to people, but it's, if you Google Verdaccio portraiture, you can find out kind of a little bit more about the science behind it. If I'm not explaining it well enough.
Oh wow, I miss so much in this guy. So many little details.
The
Always
badonk
missing
donk, yes,
things.
exactly.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I put a giant... Oh, I just
you dropped it?
did like a big blue... I did a big blue spot onto one of the eggs, which I had basically finished. Now I have like a little ruined egg. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right.
See if I can rub it off. I think I actually removed it. I
Oh,
just
cool.
basically wiped it off with a brush.
So Katie Lynch explains it for me, and I'm going to give you some points for this, Katie, for helping me. Green desaturates the flesh colors. Shadows are more desaturated than the lit areas. You don't see that color as well as it darkens its complementary color theory. And I always reward my chat people whenever they do any kind of helpful advice or, basically make this class a better learning environment. So I'm going to give her 5 points right now. You already did? Oh, Mike's ahead of me. Thank you so much. Yay. Where's the points?
Very cool.
Oh,
I didn't do
7.
that. I'm just
No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't do it right. Let me do it.
Fine.
Okay.
There you go. Now you have 5 more points in addition to your 7. So then what we do with those points later on is I'll do giveaways and stuff like that, and people can buy, basically buy tickets to the giveaways with their points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
they
cool
like
stuff.
that. Plus they like being rewarded for their good advice.
Also, again, incentive for chatting, basically. I found starting out, people don't like to chat in the very beginning.
Katie says, speaking of helpful, not point seeking, and then they did the exclamation point multi, so people could watch. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. We need a rank of brown noser, but because I would totally like teacher. We do have a teacher's pet rank.
Yeah.
We do have a teacher's pet rank in the chat.
That's cute.
It often gets chalky if you build up all the way. That's true. So here I'm going to show you once I get it to a certain degree of where I want it. Like right now I can see quite a bit of green on this side, but this side is perfect how I want it. I'm going to finish building that side up to the same level, and then I'm going to show you some techniques for keeping it from looking chalky.
I use washes.
Yes, you told them my secret.
Although if you're doing two brush blending, it actually retains the saturation all the way through.
Yeah.
The hard part is to keep it not so saturated. My problem. I think it's too cartoony sometimes.
Now, before I'm trying to think if I want to. I usually use an ink, or I can sometimes use a wash, but I usually use an ink.
Thank you, Catlan. Thanks for falling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have some Caspian flesh wash, but isn't that one a little bit more sepia toned? I need the one that's more red. Bear with me. I want to pick the right color because otherwise it's going to get real muddy dark fast. So Tyler Badger, 18 months in a row on an 18-month streak. Thank you so much for the subscription. This is awesome. I'm gonna write your name down. Let me make sure. I think I missed another.
I like to keep the shadows dark, like unsaturated, because like there's less light hitting them, so it's less light reflecting back into your eyes. So it's darker as well as unsaturated because there's less color reflecting back into your eyes. While the light's hitting, I guess, like you're off, like say your flesh, and it's bouncing all the flesh colors back into your eyes, so it's more saturated. But then at some points, the reflection, like if you have like a sweat or whatever, that's unsaturated, right?
Yeah.
It's reflecting the light source back into your eye.
I found my P3 flesh wash. That's what I'm going to use.
Nice. Which one? I got like 2, I think.
I have the. Oh, that just put it in the wrong thing. It's the one that's really reddish colored.
Oh, that's costly.
It's just the plain. It's just the plain flesh wash. It just says flesh wash.
Yeah. Oh, does it?
Fresh wash. Fresh wash.
Is it Kasai flesh wash?
No, it's just flesh wash. I'm gonna.
Thanks, Attic Romans, for following.
Alright, it's already streaking up on me, so I gotta be quick. And somehow I've got. Oh, I know what that is. I've got little flecks of old dried paint in my. Because I'm using a dirty palette. I'm a dirty palette. Okay, let me figure something out. I am going to step away for 1 second while I grab another well palette. I'll be right back.
Alright, here I'm just using a combination of blue and brown inks. So I turn this very blue saturated ink into like a little bit of a green color. And then so I can get the shadows. I just want to be very lazy and just try and get all the basically separation between the shell and these little rabbit creatures are.
Armin's Wrath says they use bottle caps for their washes. That's a good idea. The flesh wash. It's just a flesh wash. Reichland from GW is reddish also. Yeah, and it's interesting because the Reichland, it'll dry a little bit more matte. But this dries a little bit more shiny, and I actually want that shininess, because skin is not matte.
Oh. I always just dull my things after I use like a varnish, either gloss and a
right.
and a dull coat.
But
whatever
I'm changing
shininess I
the
have, just
surface. I'm
destroy.
changing the surface of the skin so that way, when I blend over it, it will behave differently.
Okay. I'm kind of smearing my ink everywhere now, just for the shadowed areas. Along the base, anyway. So
All right, that looks good.
natural. Oh, thanks. I always forget how complicated these stupid bases are for Kingdom Death. The resin ones.
Now I'm relying on the coffee staining. Exactly. You got it. I'm relying on the coffee staining, but I have to be quick, otherwise the stain, I have to push it into the crevices or there will be a tide line.
That'll be bathtub effect, or what it's called.
Right. So I have to push it into the recesses. This is kind of a watercolor technique, and I'm a watercolorist at heart, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Too much. Oh.
Using this ink as lazy shadows for basically the border between the eggs and the ground, just so I can really makeshift shadow, basically.
I'll turn this around quickly.
Area.
She's kind of balanced on some white tack right now because I don't have her glued to her base yet.
Which is a smart move, unlike me.
Okay. See if I can keep the tide lines from forming. Rob Jedi says, I use P3 Midland Flash as a base tone because it's very cold with good coverage, and then you can use Flesh Wash, which usually overblown the red of the skin give you some easy shade, and you can start into brighter flesh. Yeah. So now this is what, so I have to let this dry. This ink wash or whatever I'm using, it has to dry all the way. Otherwise, I will create little holes in the paint.
Little craters are terrible.
Yeah. Fox Explosion, thank you for the follow.
Like
Welcome to the class.
Like weird battle damage, but not so great for flesh. Like smooth, sexy flesh.
Yes, exactly.
You don't want this pretty lady to have weird ankles or whatever. Okay.
Rob Jedi glued some skeletons to a couch and plush chairs yesterday. Now do I paint the skellies first and then the chair around them, or dry brush the chair? Is it like to your actual couch or to like a miniature? I'm I'm picturing you like in your mini painting man cave with skeletons glued to the couch.
Guardians of the Couch.
See how we're building up the highlights and leaving the green on the boobies. This one is going to be questionable whether YouTube's going to monetize this one. They're very finicky.
There's no like it's a basically a girl in a like a one-piece like bathing suit. It's not like that risque, isn't? Because like,
you know what's funny is
not
like
a bikini, right?
Putting the words Kingdom Death in the title will automatically demonetize it. They don't like it. They don't like. So I put KD now. And then it works.
Dinner. Oh, I completely forgot she has exposed breasts. I haven't painted those yet. I did all the exposed flesh.
The
except for
top,
breasts.
yeah.
Maybe. No. Sorry.
You're thinking aloud. Oh, don't
of
overthink.
Wow.
3D miniature furniture, although my version is anything. That's funny. Orcus asked me how long I've been painting minis. Oh gosh. So, do you want to know professionally or when I first started painting ever? And Armin's Wrath says, I did something similar with Valerius Call. I sprayed him down with VMA gunmetal, but he felt too bright, so he sprayed the whole model, including his robes, with Nuln Oil. Yeah, so sometimes desaturating stuff makes things brighter later. All experience. Okay, so the first time I painted minis might have been in college when I had some like Ral Partha ElfQuest figures. I'm really throwing out my nerd card here.
We're all nerds here.
I know. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this bright light flesh here and a little bit of this basic mixed together. So then I went to a convention called a Line-Icon here in my town, and there was a mini painting contest, and it was kind of a speed painting plus mini painting contest. So you had to paint a mini in a certain amount of time, and the person who had the best mini in the best time would win. And I had both. And the prize was another miniature. So that was like
It always is.
that was encouraging. So I ended up getting some kind of ogre and painted those for my D&D buddies, because I did play D&D in the 80s and 90s. And then it wasn't until I started dating my husband that he got me in. He wanted to play a miniature game. Can I tell them the Mech Warrior story, Mike? So he was playing a game called Mech Warrior at the time, and that just sounded too nerdy for me, even though we met in a LARP. And and I said I'm not gonna play Mech Warrior, but he you know we were looking at GW figures, but they were just so expensive. And right about that time, Privateer Press came out with War Machine, and they were really affordable, and they were gorgeous minis. So it's like a way of courting me. He bought my models for me, and I was like the first person in our town to have the Death Jack. I was that jerk.
Tell him about the kitty litter.
Oh, yeah. So when I first started basing models, I used kitty litter as my like rocks and
like sprinkled it.
So, and I also like
Overflocked.
Yeah, I overflocked. So like on the outside of the model base and stuff, all over the entire edge of the model, like edge of the base, I completely covered it with static grass and kitty litter, and it looks terrible.
I've never had a cat before. Is it like absorbent? Does it have weird like odor and stuff? The kitty litter? Is it?
I don't know. It's. Armand's Rest says he remembers doing that with with Elmer's glue. That's exactly. Yep, and ATC Roman still uses kitty litter for basing. So I think you can use kitty litter
Not the way you did it.
Not the way I did it. Don't do it the way I did it. Yeah, that's kind of
show more restraint.
Yeah. But anyway, so that sort of got me into mini painting, and then people at the store liked what I would do, and they would say, hey, would you paint this for me? And this was before I was professional. I was just kind of doing it as a hobby. And I said, sure. I just covered her knee real quick with a little rosy tone, because knees have a little bit more blood than, because the bone is so close, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like the knees, the knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So then, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, so then people were paying me, and they would say, like, just do it whenever, just, you know. And I actually got kind of a reputation for being slow painter, which is kind of funny now. I'm actually very fast. I give myself deadlines now. But yeah, that's the story. And okay, so then I started professionally painting in about 2014 because my gallery closed. I was being a professional watercolorist at the time. My gallery closed, and I got a studio to go ahead and make a brand new portfolio, and my Reaper Bones Kickstarter rewards showed up, and I got really distracted, and that's how I wound up painting professionally, because I completely quit painting watercolors and started painting minis full time after that. It made more money. I had to store less things, and it was way more fun. Way more fun. All right, let me look at chat. What, dip it? Yes, exactly, Armin. I would dip the base in the glue and then into this. It was a mixture of static grass and kitty litter. It's exactly what I would. So go on. I think it's on Instagram. I think there's one on Instagram. I may have posted it. I'm making her booty a little rosy right now. Trying to get the brush strokes out. Swiggity swooty.
Swooty booty. Sorry.
I know.
Inappropriate, I guess.
You need to start doing that with your commission. You have many GW board games from that era, minis from them as well. Nice. Did you find it, Mike? Oh, you're looking. He's looking at his stuff. All right, I need to switch over to the Skill Fantasy and Games set because they are more satin and way more easy to get to look right. Let me see. Where did all my flesh tones go?
Let's see.
What are you finding?
Just look at that picture and just be like, it's not even close to the way you paint.
You should never compare nobody should compare themselves to anyone else. Only compare your work to what you've done lately, mister.
What?
Mike gave up painting when I became professional.
No, I hadn't been painting for years, so
okay.
It wasn't because I didn't stop because you became professional. You were professional long after I stopped.
Guten Tag, Camelclad is here. All right, there we go. That is much, much, much better. I'm getting less chalkiness with the satin paints. Look at that. That's better, much better. So you can see kind of on the side of her leg there that it kind of has that kind of desaturated color. I gotta take glasses off, so if you need to get my attention, say do at Shoshie's Minis. How's yours coming, Todd?
Still working with flesh. I'm doing the other leg now. I'm doing the stocking leg, I guess. So she's got like the one stocking on the concept. So.
Oh, that's I just painted. I painted it without a stocking. I did it with like a belt around her leg.
Well, no, the one leg with the belt has flesh, and the leg without the belt is stocking apparently.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just basing it off of that.
It's interpretation, yes.
Yeah, there's no fold and like a stocking, so you can do whatever you want, really.
Right. All right, I am going
If there's,
to
like,
paint her
folds and
face
stuff,
in a
that'd be
minute
harder.
here.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how blue I can make this without making it look too blue. Oops.
Thin this out a little bit. I feel like it's getting streaky. Sometimes satin paints can get streaky. Like the opposite of the flat paints get too flat, satin paints get too streaky. There we go. Looks good. So I put together the Valentine's Day cake mini today, and it's a very interesting sculpt. I probably will not be painting it on stream.
A little too risque.
It's not safe for work, in my opinion.
A lot of Kingdom Death models are like that. Like the Forge
Yeah.
God, oh my god, that thing is not he is not safe for anybody.
We tape off some of, like, we painted the Gorm on stream once, and we had to tape off we called it the anatomy.
The anatomy. Yes. The gross anatomy.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, we're almost. Oh, sorry, you guys. I was pulling that to my face a little bit. Put a little blue in there. Blue desaturates the flesh tone also, but it gives it sort of a grayed out flesh tone look, so it gives it a nice shadow color. This is the turquoise I'm talking about. Thank you for the follow, Elbrun. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to class. Not safe for work in progress. There you go. Oops, that's too much turquoise. Gotta mix that in. There we go.
It's really hard to get into her booty area, I gotta say right now.
Yeah,
little,
we're like flat. Luckily,
that
this
swoopy area is just-
ghost thing is blocking. Okay, my
Well,
chat is
I'm
telling me
fine.
it's time for a stretch break, because we like to stretch after an hour. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to get up and stretch my back and my arms. Ah,
Probably is a good idea.
it is. You should stretch
say
every
if you're
hour.
Well, it's also say like your eyes, like if you're on your computer screen every hour, just basically look like 10 meters away somewhere, and like for like 30 seconds just to refocus your eyes. You're not like constantly straining them so close.
Yeah.
So.
So
Probably good ideas
everybody
to
in my
do.
chat needs to stand up also, because you've all been sitting for the same amount of time I have.
Oh, my bones are
Alright.
cracking.
I've had them tell me that they're glad that I make them do a stretch break too. Did you stretch?
I did a little stretch. I just did my
Yay.
arms and my legs.
Yeah, that's good. It helps you go, not get fatigued.
Twist your.
All right. Might need to do another layer of wash. I'm not sure. Okay, so I use the turquoise as my cool. I call these adjusters, and I'll put these like in the shadowed areas, like in between the legs. in between the chest, breasts, any place where there needs to be a different desaturated tone. And that really makes it look like it's Caucasian flesh too, like in the elbow pits. If it's on a man, you want to do it on the beard area because it will cool off that lower chin, and like if he's got a shaved head, same thing. And then I need pastel yellow, and I need magenta for my other two adjuster colors. And the pastel yellow is to like mimic the sunlight.
So I got my now it's a white base. It's like a cream color, it's a yellowy cream. So I have to add that to all my flesh tones.
Yeah. So I'm putting the pastel yellow anywhere where sunlight would kind of bounce, give it a little bit of brightness. How to see? There we go.
Slowly losing space in my palette again. Slowly disappearing. Oops.
So my eye is visually mixing all of these colors on the skin, and let me do a little bit of this red down in here. Okay, I'm going to paint her face next. And I usually start right underneath the eye because that tends to be the brightest, that and the nose tend to be the brightest points on the face.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you have like a natural light source like sun, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately have my light source is the lamp.
Your
so
lamp, that's right.
Yeah.
Here, she's got some nice big eyes. Mostly the Kingdom Death models are really small, and so this is actually not going to be too hard to paint.
I always thought they had big eyes for. I paint a lot of Malifaux, and they have like tiny little dots for eyes. So this is like huge compared to some of the stuff I've done. Unfortunately.
All right. She looks kind of forlorn. I think I need to get her.
She looks very sad.
Yeah.
Well, her eyebrows are basically doing like the whole like very like I'm so sad to look like
She's a Twilight Knight, so I'm gonna start lightening up her hair because we're gonna go all the way to white with her hair.
Oh, nice. I was not gonna do that. I actually might make her. Oh, let's see what I get when I get there.
All right, I gotta check my chat. Let's see. Nobody else wants to stand. They're like, Aaron J. Bang is here. Thank you so much. Evening streams are great. By the way, Aaron, you've got to meet our new Twitch friend, Toad Penny. I'm gonna do because we're multi-streaming. There you go, and you can watch us both paint at the same time. We're painting the same mini. What's my streaming schedule? My streaming schedule is I'm always here on Wednesdays from 7 to 9. And then I'm on, what's the other times? 2:30 to 4:30 GMT minus 6 on Mondays and Fridays. And then I'll have the occasional sneaky stream, but it's not announced most of the time if I have a sneaky stream, which...
A sneaky stream?
Yeah, that's when I stream off schedule.
Yes. I'm probably gonna do that on weekends, just do like some...
Yeah, by the way, Todd, if you want to tell people what your schedule is.
Oh, this week I'm doing tomorrow I'm doing one at 5 o'clock. And on Sunday I'm doing another one, I think at 2 o'clock. That's the rest of my exam. I used to do a Friday one, but I'm skipping doing this Wednesday one. But I think I'm gonna go do like a Tuesday, Thursday, and then Sunday, Saturday, and do like an unscheduled ones. Anytime I feel like streaming, I'll probably be doing that.
Sounds good.
I'm even doing my own stuff. I do a lot of sculpting and stuff like that, and painting for.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
my
You
other
sculpt
project,
also.
which-
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm doing some chaos demon world bases. So I gotta sculpt them, cast them, and paint them for my Rain City Hobbies store, which I'm.
So
Too many
one of the other
projects to
reasons
do.
why I want to make her, I'm actually using a very fair skin tone for her hair, and it's reading as white, but it's not going to be white because I'm going to make this ghost thing white, more than likely. But this will frame her face really nice and help draw attention to it. All right, I'm gonna check chat again. Ash Kathleen, hello. Wow, it is late for you. You can't sleep, so Ash Kathleen is in the UK, so that's pretty impressive
Oh.
that he's up this late.
Yes, it is.
We're painting the Twilight Knight from Kingdom Death, the Easter Bunny pinup, Easter Bunny Twilight Knight. He's super cute. All right, I'm gonna give these ears.
I don't use any Kingdom Death female model that looks like ugly. They're all like super cute and
They
classy.
are. You know who's not real attractive? Is the, oh god, I'll get the mini. I don't remember the name of her. Hold on. Somebody in my chat will know.
Is it Satan?
would- No,
Satan
the
with
Satans
their
are pretty cute. Hold
Dicks
on.
everywhere.
It's,
I'm not a big fan of the dick chicks.
hold on, I'll find her. She's in this box. I think. It's this one, the Last Bard. This model, the drawing of her is super cute, but she looks kind of crazy.
okay.
She doesn't have this cute pouty face on the model. She's got kind of this like crazy eyes. Like
Oh, okay, because I've seen the art, the concept art. She looks like cute
Here
and
she is.
classic and whatever. But I haven't seen the model.
I don't know, you can't see it real well because I've got her primed black, but she's got kind of a crazy
Oh.
sneer.
In case.
And she's got this weird skin flute creature. I don't know what it is, but it's
Skin flute creature.
that's what it is. That's what it's called.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, no, I thought you were talking about the other one with the loop. I think it is, or a
You gotta
leader.
be joking.
I mean,
That's not even subtle.
Is that?
it's a like a
Like
flesh
Lady
Lady
flute.
Vagine and
It's
her
a
skin
fle-
flute creature.
Everything in Kingdom Death is that way. What do you think?
No, it's not.
What do you
That
think
is
this?
way more
What do you think this
unsubtle than-
ghost is? I'm not reading into things. I know I'm not. It's Kingdom Death. There we go with the terms of service. Oh, I didn't say anything bad, Black Skull. You were trying to sleep, but it isn't happening. Oh, no. Frog dog, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get back to painting. Serious business. I'm sorry,
Sure
Todd.
is. No worries. You got your own crowd. I got my own crowd. All two
Mhm.
of them.
Oh no, there's like a little bit of a hold line issue here, so I might have to.
Yeah.
On her
I
arm,
found one.
yeah.
Oh.
Might be able to hide it with a shadow or something.
Yeah, I gotta say. I'm trying to do that as well. Or just add some battle damage, my favorite. Battle damage everywhere.
Oh, your stuff is gone. That's okay, Ash Kathleen. You can always come back.
Black
And,
Skull is right.
Black Skull is
You
right.
Say something naughty. Why are you giggling so much?
Oh my gosh. Alright, I'll be nice. It is Kingdom Death. Mike, you need to put yourself on cam for a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna do it.
I'm already.
Look at this. This is Mike. He's wearing his Boba Fett helmet that he got from a friend of his who is even bigger Star Wars fan than us. Boots' entire goal with KDM was to get me to giggle on stream. I think that's true. There we go. We got the arm. See how that green over there? We can put a little turquoise in there. And help to saturate that out a little bit. Good.
Quite the picture of your husband there.
No disintegrations, Mike.
Yep.
No disintegrations. Did you get the bounty dead or alive? People are asking.
No use to me dead.
He's no use to you dead. Okay. Going back in with the satin colors again because I'm seeing the streaks in the brush strokes. All right, I need to go back in and
Lots everywhere. Didn't even paint her hand. God. Shit, too many.
Oh,
fleshy
me
parts.
neither. The bounty was Shoshie's heart, and I want it alive.
So for her eyes, I'm gonna use. What? Oh, you've been trying to kiss me with that helmet on? Mm-mm.
More of a headbutt, really.
I know. I've got a little bit of dark gray, and I'm gonna fill in her eyes so she looks like she's soulless to start, and then I'll paint in the irises. Yeah, you gotta paint in everything black. I'll get the outline.
I always like to make my model have like the eyes looking like left or right, never straight ahead, because it looks weird if it's straight ahead. So I sometimes just do a black and do a one white dot.
Okay.
Lazy way of doing it, but it kind of helps because like because she would be perfect looking to let her right. And that'd be really
Yeah,
cute,
I'm gonna.
really.
I don't know.
Like
Let's see.
Oh, Katie Lynch about your Wrathcore holder.
My Wrathcore holder. Okay, so this is I'm sponsored by Wrathcore.de, I think it is. Wrathcore.com, and they make these amazing holders. I'll show you this. This is one of them, and it comes with a little cup. And then there's also these, which are really awesome. What you do is you hold onto the bar, and then when you want to paint details and stuff, you rest your hand on the bar, and that way you're always turning the mini, but you're not turning the brush. You keep the brush the same direction. Oh, Manny Bannerink says she's calling for smoochies. No, that's not appropriate. No. All right, I'm gonna fill in her eyes with it's again the light skin tone. And they always say never use white for the inside of the white of the eye.
I always do white.
And you just leave a black ring around the edge so that it looks like she's got eyelashes. Oops. I think I painted that too much. You do that.
Okay.
Do you have any tricks for eyes? You usually have them looking off to the side?
Yeah. Just makes them, it gives them more character, really.
That's true.
Because it's also hard to do like the eyes look the same kind of like because it takes a long time to get their eyes like pupils the right like shape or like size. Sometimes like get too small, too big. But looking off to the side, you can always just like fudge it a bit and it
That's
looks
true.
more natural. Because like when I can be hidden more, right? So it's a little smaller and stuff like that. So just in general.
Yeah, you can get them from PK Pro, Ash Catalane, exactly. EU based. PK Pro is their distributor for the handles, holders. There we go. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to, instead of white for her costume, I'm going to go with something else. Because it's currently,
look like a light,
it's currently primed green,
color.
so I'm thinking, let's see, what were my other colors on my, we could go with, it's already green, so we could go with a lime green. It could be cute. That could be cute. Let me try that. So, what do we have here? Here we go. We're going to desaturate that out with the yellow. Because it's a little too green.
Okay. Just trying to make
perfect.
her skin a little more natural with some like washes. With some like Caspian flesh wash because it has a bit of like a yellow to it.
Oh wow, that looks really good.
Yellowy brown. Mine are.
I peeked again.
It was too like shock. Sorry, not. Well, I can see yours right now in mine together. So yours is looking very nice.
Thank you.
Mine is looking like a little hobo-ish
Stop it.
right now.
No criticizing.
Here, a little bit less than 10 minutes.
Oh, we talked about going over. Does the chat want us to go over? Todd want to go over?
Sorry, what?
This is about the time I usually start winding down because I only go for usually 2 hours. But we can ask the chat and see if they want us to keep going or if you want to keep going.
Yeah. I guess we'll ask the chat if they want to.
Yeah. So guys, give me some emotes.
Something.
Throw up some emotes. Let me see if you want us to keep going or if you want us to go ahead and resume next Wednesday because we will be back next Wednesday either way to work on this some more.
Yeah. Got a lot to do on this poor lady.
They're like, you can do it. I want to see emotes. All right, then we got some. Keep going forever.
Not a valid response, person. Disqualified.
What is that
Ever
noise,
watch,
Mike? Stop.
Adventure Time?
Okay, I can keep going a little bit longer. You are okay with that?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I think I'm okay. I can handle that.
How about we do another 30 minutes, Mike, and you let me know where we're at. He's doing his Boba Fett sound effects.
Oh.
It's irritating. So, I don't know if you know this, but if you ever watch my stream, my husband trolls me. And chat seems to love it. Oh, husband's going to bed. Okay. I thought you were going to let me know. I guess he's going to bed. Okay. Yes. Night.
Server migration tomorrow.
More boba. They want more boba. All right, glasses are off. I'm going to paint some highlights with this yellow. Just going from green to yellow now, which is equally cute and bright and sunny.
Ugh, I've run out of space on the palette again. All my blues for the stocking have kind of just gone everywhere. Unfortunately.
All right, that looks really cute. I actually like that yellow a lot. It's sort of like a really pale yellow green. And I'm gonna paint her ears real quick.
Oh, what even color are her ears? I guess the same color as her hair, maybe?
Yeah, I'm making the same color as her hair.
Which is white, I guess, to make her a white rabbit.
Yeah, like a whitish light color. It's for me. It's the lightest skin tone I have. Because I try not to use white or black unless I, like finishing some, really emphasizing.
Okay, yeah, I'm lazy. I just like to use black and white. It's cartoony, it makes things pop, it's fast and easy. I don't know. Lots of reasons to do it.
Okay. So guys, Todd is planning on streaming. Well, you're thinking about streaming in the evenings on Wednesdays, right? And so since you're on...
Oh, no, not Wednesdays.
Not Wednesdays, okay.
Just on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Normal streams. And then sometimes Fridays. I'm only doing Wednesday today because
it's special. Okay.
Your airtime with my...
Yeah. Okay.
Humble,
I was going to say, if you were going to stream on Wednesdays, I could host you because you are on Pacific time, which makes it really convenient for me.
Will you stream at what time? 7 o'clock?
Central, yeah. So 7 to 9 is 5 to 7 on your, so I'd be...
Which is not,
yeah.
Which would be the exact same time as you, so I don't think that'd be good.
Right. Okay,
if I did it before or after, it'd be...
Right.
But,
I'm going to grab some
I don't know.
ivory color for her hair now.
I may be completely wrong. So that's the proper way.
Oh, you're going to stream the same... Oh, no. I see what you're saying.
No, I'm not. Yeah, it's like my normal stream times are 5 to 7, which is basically the same time as you do it. So I don't want to steal your airtime, so... Yeah, because
Reeser says he could watch us paint for hours on end. That's nice. I love that. So this is ivory, and I'm using this to highlight the hair. Bring that up even brighter. So you want to start a white color with a darker kind of dingy color, actually, and then bring it up. Because if you start with white, then you have to shade down. Otherwise, you won't get the contrast. And it won't be as clean.
Two brush.
You do the two brush?
Oh,
you do or don't?
which is nice.
Right.
Yeah, so I basically start light. I'd almost like, if I'm doing white hair, I'd start white and maybe do a wash and then start doing more shading at that point, bring it down. And then once I get to the finished part of the shading, I have to go back and do the white and just do like the stream highlighting, basically. Touch up a few things. But that's why I prime all white all the time. So you finished the flush already?
Except for her hand. Yeah, I have pretty much. Her hands still need painting, but I think the flesh is basically done.
I could spend more.
I kind of
hours on her
flesh. I kind of bring it to where I want it, and then I stop, and then I do the rest of the mini, and then I go back and pick out all my highlights and stuff, because if I do all the flesh right now, then I might have to relight it later, right?
Okay.
And this way.
Maybe I'll go back to... Maybe I'll do your method and just give up right now and go back. Painting off the camera. I guess I'll start doing something else now. The hell? I guess you doing her, I guess her one piece?
Yeah, her little Playboy bunny outfit. Somebody else I know did her, and they gave her a little cottontail, and it was really cute.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. too bad I can't do that, but she's right there. Or you could turn a little thing of biting her ear into a cotton thing.
Right.
Kind of cute as well.
I had to take that off because it kept falling off. I'm gonna have to paint it separately and put it on. Oop, that's too much yellow.
Yeah, mine's attached to this little dude right here, little duder, with those weird creepy finger feet. It's got 4 finger feet. It doesn't have a thumb. I guess the thumb is hidden somewhere.
Now she has some kind of strange lock on, like a locking thing on her back, and
yeah, it's like
I don't really get it.
I don't know what that is either.
I'm gonna paint it metal though.
Paint the whole thing. Makes sense. It is very like metallic looking, I gotta say. I don't know what else, how you'd actually put it in.
Right.
Like, 'cause it doesn't look like it's like leather or something like that. It's like it's very much a metallic. But what would it be though? It's like part of her costume, or is it like a harness for the thing to hold on to? Like normally ride her like this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Cause it almost looks like a handle, like seeing like a grip basically for unknown reasons. Remember reasons I don't want to explain on Twitch.
Alright, I'm gonna put glasses on and look at the chat again in a second.
Yeah.
I forgot to paint her crotch. I'm not gonna paint this part on stream. I'm just gonna do it here.
Okay.
Gotta keep it friendly.
Keep it friendly. PG.
Yeah, PG. Oh, wow. Hold on. I gotta thank a subscriber. Iron Metal, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna write your name down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a... Yeah, she's definitely not like a doll. She's like a weird living creature who likes bunnies too much. Sorry, I was talking
she's
on
fighting. She's fighting these bunny demons. Like she's got her sword out.
Like, what would the handle be? Did she like get picked up afterwards by like something and like I don't know?
Yeah.
And she's also got collars, I guess, on her wrists. Okay, what color should I do her?
I'm gonna paint the sword hilts brown to start, so that way I can do some non-metallic metal on it, because Kingdom Death looks really good with non-metallic metal.
I am lazy, and non-metallic metals take
You are
forever,
totally fine with
and,
it, yeah. You know, the first time
I'm
I
gonna
ever
do her-
tried non-metallic metal, because I was raised on Privateer Press, I never did non-metallic metals. You know, so the first time I tried it, it was actually on stream, and I'd never really done it. I knew how to do it, like in theory, but I'd never felt like successful at it. And the chat was like, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I was like, oh my God, okay, all right, well, I'm gonna fail in public. And we did it, and I was like, after that, I like teaching it helped me learn it, if that makes any sense.
Yes, exactly. I have the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, this is. How do you like explaining it? Definitely does help you a lot. I don't know, like it's just weird. Is that like teachers kind of like do that? Because like when people are doing like theses or whatever, some professors are learning and teaching at the same time. Maybe wrong. I've never actually been to university, as you can tell. So. I don't know the processes of some things. Okay. I'm gonna steal your idea with green because I like it teal somewhere on her Bonnie costume. God.
So my first instinct was to make the hood that she's wearing the same color as her outfit, but I think I'm actually gonna make it pink to tie it back into the base. Let's see how that looks.
Yeah, I'll figure that when I get there. Thank you for following me. I missed your name. I'm sorry. Looked up and said I didn't want to interrupt Shoshie here, so sorry. I missed your name. But thank you very much for following.
Reeser wants to know if anybody knows anybody who paints dust tactics on Twitch. That is a good question. So you can join the Triptych Discord, which we have a Discord for a whole bunch of painters and streamers, and that's a really good question to ask because there are so many painters and streamers on there. I'm going to do ! Triptych so you guys can find it. Triptych is the group of guys that we group together to help cross-pollinate our triptych. I gotta spell it right.
Yeah, it's a little interesting name.
Yeah, that's wrong. Okay, T-R-Y-P. It means, it's like when you have 3 things in a... Oh, thank you, Ash Kathleen. You rock. You got it for me. Join the Triptych server. And there's the Discord. And so I would go in there and join that and ask around, because somebody is going to know or offer to do it, you know? Anyway, so yeah, I don't remember what I was saying before that. It's okay. Maybe somebody was asking me a question. I better look at chat again. Oh, you wanted to... Okay, so Iron Metal says, I asked you a question last week if about training in fine art would help your mini, and you've been studying and having a great time, loads of fun. That is awesome. Because he asked me if he did any kind of like art classes, if it would help him with his mini painting, and I told him absolutely. I said,
Yeah.
All different kinds of art are going to help your other art. You know, photography is going to help you learn about composition and about, you know, color stories. Graphic design is going to help you learn about design.
I found sculpting really helps with like doing anatomy,
Right.
Where all the muscles go and like what things you actually should pick out that are kind of hidden on most models.
Exactly.
Like how light plays on. Yeah. Okay.
Anything I can do to get people to do more art is, you know, my goal. Like, it doesn't have to be mini art, it can be any art, so.
Very noble quest.
How did you get, so you got started painting when you were about 14. Was it on GW models
Yeah,
or?
Warhammer.
Awesome.
Yeah, Warhammer got vampire counts. They're
Were
fun.
you a nerd too when you were younger?
Oh god, yes.
Uh-huh.
Nerdy. So nerdy. I don't know. All my friends were kind of like that. So. How about you? You played D&D?
I played D&D in 1980 when no girl played D&D. You know?
Yes.
I was a rare unicorn at the time. And it's funny because when I first saw there's a bunch of boys in 5th grade playing around a table, I had just watched the movie Clash of the Titans, which is all about like mythology and stuff, and I saw they were playing this game with these mythological creatures that I was really into. And they said, you can't play, it's for boys. And I was like, oh no.
Did you use a math excuse?
And so I begged my mom to buy me the Red Box set, and she did. And I managed to find a couple people
that's nice.
to run it for me and my friends, and we would play during recess.
Some other people, right?
Yeah,
Not
definitely,
those people,
definitely
right?
different boys, but yeah,
Yeah.
cool ones.
Yeah.
Orcus Dust Tactics got bought, and somebody else, I think it's Gregoire and Alicia, that are doing it now, and it's definitely still around. Definitely, it's U.S. based now. Katie Lynch says we had women in our D&D, AD&D groups, perhaps regional. Katie, was that in the 80s? Was that in 1980? because when I was in 5th grade, it just wasn't a thing. Like, I didn't even know I was a nerd until I got into high school. I didn't know, because I didn't know what I was, because there were just not that many girl geeks. Katie says my first D&D game was at a nudist camp. Oh my gosh, definitely in the 70s.
Whoa.
Raffle.
That's a rough way to start, I guess.
That's
I guess it depends
amazing.
on what your stance on.
Yeah. Alright, I need to lighten this pink up because it's too pink. I need to highlight a little bit.
Hopefully this is okay.
I told you I'm going very pastel on your girl, so for those of you guys who don't know, who've been watching, I'm painting this model for Toad painting, and he's painting the one that is on his stream for me. So we're gonna swap. I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, it's a mini swap, I think it's called.
Yes.
I think it's the first time I've ever done this. I did a mini swap, so.
Oh, awesome. I feel really honored then.
You may not have to get them all.
Oh, really? Like I said, you can cheat and touch it up off stream. I will not object.
Okay.
I'm planning on picking at this one a little bit afterward, just because my eyesight
Well, we're
is.
also gonna do another.
Yeah, I won't be able to get this to
section,
commission level without doing something to it, because my eyesight doesn't allow me to paint as well on stream as it does off stream.
Yeah, it's just the position of the camera gets in the way sometimes for me. I don't know the hair. Does she actually have a? She does have like a neck thing. She has a weird, for her hoodie, I guess.
Yeah.
Hard to tell when it's all primed white.
So Orcris Gaming asked me if I had announced the model that I'm painting in my skin tones class for Adepticon, the one that Kingdom Death is sponsoring, and yes, I did announce it. It's the Spider Silk Assassin, and I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think she's come out. She's been released as a plastic model yet. I could be wrong, but I got the plastic model of her.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this sword, I guess. Maybe I'll be fancy and do non-metallic like you. Or I'll be lazy. Let's be fancy.
Well, we got some good headway on this model so far. What do you think? You're
I don't know.
I told you I'm a fast painter. I'm a very fast painter.
It's well, it's just very like there's too many things like interacting with something else, so it's kind of not very open. It's very like
yeah.
so
This is probably a mini that's best painted sub-assembled, I would say. I think I'm gonna go with a cool gray on the ghost bunny thingy. I'm gonna use a cool gray, like maybe a mixture of this Arctic blue, which is like ice blue for P3, and a little bit of flesh tone mixed in so that it kind of goes gray on me, and then I can highlight it up to white. There's RBR. Are you been here the whole time? I thought I saw him leave earlier. You like to Google it and see what yourself. Yeah. So Spider Silk Assassin. Yeah. Look her up. She's very cool looking. Oh, that's not the right color.
No.
Oh no! What happened?
No. It's fine. I'll fix it. It's just a little blip.
I'm gonna add some black to this so that it gets even darker. On the underside, I'm making it much darker gray.
So, yes.
Oop, am I too close? I'm way too close. Sorry, guys. I get off cam sometimes because I can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah. I got the exact same problem, don't worry. Voices migrates.
Okay. Normally I would wet blend this guy, but I don't think I'm gonna have time to smooth it out, so I'm just gonna do the whole thing gray and then layer instead later, or maybe wet blend it some more later. I got overspray on it, and so it has some green overspray on it from when I airbrush primed it.
Oh no, that's nope.
Yeah.
Don't ignore that. Oh my god, really? I'm getting blue and brown spots. I don't want that.
Oh, she's gonna be really cute. This color scheme, you're gonna like this. It's gonna be very Easterly.
She's.
Is that a word?
I can definitely see she's coming out nicely. Much better than mine. Mine is as the guy was saying, poop.
No. Oh, okay. Bizarre just arrived. We just happened to go overtime too, so you caught us. All right, go Orcus Gaming. Thank you so much, and have a good night. We're gonna be wrapping up fairly soon here.
Yeah. Time for dinner.
I just want to get the little ghost guy base coated at least.
Oh, the swirly thing?
The little, yeah, the ghost bunny.
On her back? Oh no,
The one she's holding by the ears.
Basically like
Yeah.
Isn't it a lantern? I think it's just a lantern with ears and it's got like a speck. I think
I think it's a spirit with an egg in its mouth that is glowing.
I thought it was a lantern because Myth has a lot of lanterns. So that's what I thought it was, but I'm probably wrong. Don't worry, don't mind me.
Whatever you want it to be.
Exactly.
I haven't decided whether I'm going to do too much. I might do a little bit of glow from it. But I'm doing her in such light colors that it's not going to be it's not going to be heavy OSL.
Would make sense.
Right.
Would make sense if it was like a lantern for her, but she wouldn't need it. It's so bright.
All right, let me show everybody what I've got so far. So I'm going to stick her out of here. She's got a little white tack on her feet now. Put her on her base and see how she's gonna look. She's gonna be really cute. You wanna take a peek?
Yeah.
So I need to put some turquoise in this up here somewhere so that it's kind of all ties. Because now the hat, see how the hat goes with the eggs? Maybe we'll put it into the cloud monster thingy. All right, I'm gonna look for somebody for us to raid. Do you want us both to raid the same person, or do you want to raid?
That'd be cool.
Okay. Awesome. Lamuna's got the wet palette I sent him. That's awesome. If you're interested in buying these Redgrass Game wet palettes, I am selling them, and I will have them with me at Adepticon if you're going to be there. All right, I'm going to pick somebody. Let's see who is on. Let's see. Let's do Key Lime Prime. He's the guy that helped us. We talked about him. He's the other Canadian. Yeah. So Key Lime is, and he will be happy because he was talking about needing some love. All right, so I'm gonna let everybody know we're gonna be back painting this model again on Wednesday. All right, and I'm going to type ! Mad Love so that you can cut and copy this thing to copy into to spam Key Lime with. If you have my emotes, or if you have emotes yet? Are you affiliated yet?
No.
Oh, okay. So we're going to use my emotes, or you can, yeah, Key Lime is good. Okay, so here we go. I'm getting ready to raid him. All right. So I'll be back 7 to 9 on next Wednesday painting this exact same model. If you guys want to see the results and see Toad and I paint this again, give Toad Painting a follow. Really, really great painter. You follow him on social media too. And we're gonna go raid Key Lime. All right, bye guys.
Guys, thanks for watching.